Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to Wellmed! Welcome to the stream! I'm Lena Theodosia, and today I am playing, once again, Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. That is the Miles Edgeworth games. Yes, plural. It's 2 games in 1, for those not in the know. And we are on the second case, which is Turnabout Airlines. So, we had a really short stream last time, so be sure to check that. So you were, make sure you... So there's not suddenly like, wait, when did we get here, moment? Be sure to check that. And let's get into it. I'm on the right side, too. As in, I'm on the correct side. I've placed myself. I'm also on the right side of the screen. Multiple meanings of right. There's also Phoenix right. I think I need to be a little bit smaller, though. Okay. Which is kind of always a bummer, but I'm going to be on the way. Okay, we're not... I'm like, is everything... Like, did something freeze? No, it's just nothing's moving. Have Edgeworth silly little... silly little run. Look at his little jog. I really am not ever... I'm gonna find this amusing no matter what I'm doing, huh? Okay, now let's see. I need to refresh myself on what happened, because it's literally been a week since last I played, and I need a refresher. A week of stuff just happened. You know? Ooh, I think I'm also might... Set this... Okay, is that better? Yeah? Okay, yeah, that's better. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got the wallet, we got, poor... What is it, Hicks? Yeah, I think it's Hicks? Yeah, Hicks. Poor Hicks. He died. I'm sorry I'm so nonchalant about this. We got the magazine. Oh, right. Footprints. I think the more... Oh, right. We updated this. The Captain Hugo piggy bank. It had a little hat. So we did confirm. It was in the shop. And it was taken out of the display case of the in-flight shop after the turbulence. So... After turbulence. Meaning... It wasn't during turbulence, which Edgeworth passed out for. So that's good for us, because it means it gives more credence to Edgeworth is like, I didn't do anything. Which he can't prove. He was passed out on the ground. The poor guy. Let's see. Mealy's testimony. Mr. Abbey Hicks was there in his seat. Took off again at 5 a.m. Okay, that might... turbulence was at 6 a.m. So, yeah, the timing is going to be super important in this one. Alright, they had the refueling stop. Okay. Yes. I think, yeah. And look at... Oh, I can look at this again? Why can I look at... Why is it not checked off? That looks like Shelly the Killer. No, it's like, yes, you got this good. You got this good. Why is it not checked off on the overworld? Oh, like, over screen. I am confused, but alright, moving on. I think I need to talk to Mealy. Mealy. No, I don't. Oh, wait. He does have to do dialogue. How about the shop? I got my finger on one of those bad pieces of glass. Don't blame the glass for something you did to yourself. Just be more careful. Same to you. You're the one walking all over broken glass. You sure you're okay? I'm fine. Any glass I walk on, I crush like this. Edgeworth! Why are you like this? He's so serious, and then he does dumb things like this, and I'm like, yep, this is why you could be Phoenix Wright's friend. Okay. That's nice. Please be careful around the display case, okay? I don't want you to get hurt. Compared to the glass around my feet, the inside of the case is nothing to be afraid of. After all, no glass fragments appear to have ended up inside. And I guess you can tidy up the case, right? Perish the thought. Mealy is not helpful. Anything else? I think we might have got to clear this area. Except for, wait. It's still... so weird. Is that just a glitch? I don't think there's anything new. Yeah, besides the one thing which I'm not sure about. What is our logic? What do we have for logicking? Broken glasses, we got turbulence, and we got the suitcase. Oh, right, the plane shaking caused it to roll and inflate the suitcase. Displays could be hazardous. Yeah, this whole plane is full of safety hazards. I've been noticing, I'm like, that's really heavy. You don't want that in the thing, on a plane. Oh, I can't leave. Okay. So I do need to figure out why does it keep wanting me to look here. I can't move down. Oh wait, I can check this. For security, there's a lock on this display case. Miss Mealy, if I may ask you about this lock. The one who's in charge of the shop is Miss Rhonda, so... She's got all the keys to all of the display cases. Hello, Peafowl. Welcome, welcome. I see. Oh, I bet you want to buy something. You want me to go get the key from her? No, that's alright. Okay, one thing down. Does that clear it? Oh, now it's checked off. Oh, wait, we can use evidence on something. Is there evidence I want to use, though? I mean, we could try the piggy bank. I should have looked at the end of this last stream. Why do I forget to do this so often? Like, what was I doing? I don't remember. Clear enough to be helpful. Wait, no, I don't want to do that. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't even have, what was the word they used? I don't remember, but they use item on this. Huh. What am I missing? Do I just need a logic? Full run. It's just an excuse to make me have Edgeworth run around. Let's see. Whose glasses were broken? Where the freaking trees? Oh, maybe I can connect the turbulence and the suitcase, because the suitcase would have moved. But they were all... back? They were back at the display. So is this something to connect? Oh, it is! Okay! Oh, Mealy. She's always asleep! Yes, there is definitely something wrong here. What's with the sudden and the yelling? Tell me, Miss Mealy, do you think there's something strange about these suitcases, besides the design? Oh, well, sure. They totally ooze strange. Like, this color and this, wait, what is she? And this, like, okay, let's try again. Oh, well, sure. They totally ooze strange. Like, the color and such. That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention. Ah, you're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah. Oop. Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper. Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? But I guess they take after their creator. This airplane is so unbelievable. It really is. There's like full-on bronze statues and like things. The display case. Nothing in this display case is like locked down. They have like this little putty stuff they use, and it's old. So like they have it and they put it on, or they at least have wires or something. You know, they have some kind of mechanism or just anything to keep the items actually in the display case. And then they just have the giant suitcases rolling around, which probably not too hurtful, but like they're still moving around. They can bump into somebody and trip them up and whatnot, and that can cause problems. And I'm like, why is this airplane full of so many hazards? It's no wonder somebody died. The real twist is nobody's a murderer, it's just the plane. Obviously that's not true, but like, I mean, it's Ace Attorney, it's not gonna be something like that. The wasted space! Yeah, I think that's more for gameplay. There are some things where I'm like, gameplay, you need more space to run around and stuff, but at the same time, I'm like, come on, guys. Usually it's a slight bit more realistic. Again, not what I meant, Miss Mealy. But you find it unusual these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulence. Never mind. I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. On closer inspection, they really are quite hideous. I wonder how Miss Rhonda would have reacted if she heard what you just said. What's wrong? She makes a good point. It would be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. What's this? I've spotted something that's not quite right. What's so unusual about this suitcase? Oh! This one has little blocky... This suitcase has, something to keep it from rolling. At least there's some safety measures. I mean, seriously, look over here. There's things falling down all over. Why didn't you have anything to hold the merchandise? Some of that's breakable. Those are literally glass cups. Why? No airplane. Company would pack books unless the shop makes mega revenue. Yeah. It might, with some of the stuff in here. I don't know which I want to click. This one has things to stop it from rolling, but this doesn't. And I'm not sure which one it wants me to click. I'm going to assume the one without, because that's more weird, because clearly they have some safety things. So let's click this.
Take that!
There's something very peculiar about these wheels. Huh? As in, there are no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think that the turbulence would have sent it flying. And so it is very likely the suitcase was placed here after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? Oh wait, does it... Ooh. Yeah, it's got something on the wheels. I'm like, we have... That wheel has stuff on. Okay. Why is this like an eye? But the Yugo mascot looks more like it's a Tanuki or Red Panda. Is it actually supposed to be an eye? Like... I mean, I guess you could make puns with eyes. It is Ace Attorney. They're going to go with the puns. So Yugo is supposed to be an eye. Oh my gosh, that's expensive. That's $1,200. And this is older. So this is back in time. That's more in today's money, it's for... Why is it over $1,000? This thing's hideous. Okay, on to the investigation. On to the investigation, What's this? The wheel is completely covered in something. It's color in this scent. It appears to be the substance... It appears the substance in question is grape juice. D-Luke's crying in a corner somewhere. Every time I hear grape juice, I keep thinking of D-Luke from Genshin Impact. If you know, you know. Oh, hello, Margaret. Welcome, welcome. Also, hello, Grandma Iris. I forgot to say that I was reading. Oops. Let's see. Why would there be juice on the wheel of a suitcase? Because it was moved through the juice. What about the atrocious pricing? Maybe the gift shop is what's keeping this plane all fancy. Okay. A 1,200 price tag. Not exactly priced by someone with a conscience, I'd say. Okay, we can also inspect just the general front. This was apparently designed by Miss Teniro herself. The design has a certain je ne sais quoi about it. Yes, perhaps that is the best way to put it. not the worst thing I've seen, to be honest, but it's also... Oh, I can't examine the handle. Okay. I would have examined the handle. Can I open it up? Ooh, maybe I can. It would appear to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. Oh! Blood! And there's a lot of things. There's a cloth with blood on it, and also that corner. Why is there hearts? I have made so many observations in a second or two, and I'm like, why is the inside covered in hearts? Nothing about this design makes sense. At all. A piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood. Oh, hello, Frug. Welcome, welcome. Ah! It's blood! It appears that this suitcase is very strongly tied to our murder after all. Oop! And we completed. Got my little boo-boo of feet. So, explain this to me. What does this suitcase have to do with the murder? I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used the suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps. Like the body? It's very bloody. Aren't you just talking about the cloth? Oh, wait. Yeah, but aren't you just talking about the cloth, then? That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used the suitcase to transport is the body. I think it came in time for a critique of the bloody luggage. Yeah, that's the time to come in. Oh, jeez. I don't know what I would... If I came in, I'd be like, what are you talking about? I'm like, and then I'd be just looking at it going, yeah, that's hideous. Wait, I haven't fully investigated the suitcase. Game! Let me investigate. Talk later. Investigate. First. Okay. This, I would guess. I think it would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Seems like a dead body, doesn't it? It was used to transport the body. It was designed by Rhonda De Niro. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how her name is a pun. I get that it's like Rounda, but I don't know what the last word, like De Niro? Am I saying it wrong? I might be saying her last name wrong. I'm still trying to figure out the pun. If anyone's got ideas, shoot them. I would appreciate it. Maybe the real mystery is this lady's pun, the pun in this lady's name. That's the real mystery. Somebody probably already knows. Anyway, okay, yeah, that's just... Oh, okay, the bloody cloth got added. I'm not sure if I'd call that pattern beautiful, but to each their own. I'm not saying it's ugly, because it's not. It's just I'm not sure if I would describe it as beautiful. But in light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator from someplace else. Which means that the murder was committed in an entirely different location. So, you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it? Exactly. What is it? Nothing. Just that... I was thinking about what Miss Rhonda said about coming here for something. Oh, who's talking? I don't know. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, it's Rhonda. Okay. I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate it if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat. I understand his sentiments. However, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites. Under your supervision, of course.
If that's your only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way I can, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ooh, bow.
Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together. I found proof that the real crime scene was not the lounge, and I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing.
She looks so nervous.
And yet, regarding what Miss Mealy reminded me about Miss De Niro, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light.
Oh, we had to continue. Ah, pretty quickly. Yes, we will save. Savey! Do. Right in my little bookie book. Airport arrival. We're at the middle airport. Oh, we're actually on the airport. Okay. Why does that dude look familiar? That dude looks familiar. Why? Is it just your design? Okay. Let's see. March 12th, 1 p.m. local time. Hope Springs Airport.
I know that once we had landed, I'm supposed to let the police take over. And thanks to Miss De Niro and Miss Mealy, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Miss De Niro in private. So I'm left wondering, just what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation.
I have a feeling this is Francesca, because I'm pretty sure that's her song playing.
I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth.
Yep, there she is. Hi, Francesca. Ooh, maybe I should move. Chat up. Oop. Goodbye, microphone. Tip the microphone a bit. Oop. Not that y'all can tell. Oop. I don't know. Is it better here or down? Can I move it? Like over here? I'll be on Edgeworth's shoulder. Not sure. Like, I need to move things around.
Francesca, I thought you were still in Germany.
I go where I'm needed.
And whenever there are criminals to be caught. Her name is Francesca von Karma, the daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. So like myself... she, like myself, is a prosecutor.
Also, because I've played the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, that, within that lore, for the Asogi line, that the Asogis had a student who took on the last name. Oh, okay, how to put this in a more sensible manner. Okay, so there's the Asogi line of characters. And they had a student who took the name of the Asogi heirloom sword, which is Karuma. So, Von Karma, Karuma. Von Karma line was students of Asogi, which I think was Genshin Asogi, perhaps? Or it might have been earlier than that. I'm not sure. But, just to be like, hey, look, it's relevant again. I'm just saying that. I'm like, that is a connection. It is, in fact, a connection. It's heavily hinted. Oh, maybe the pun for Rhonda De Niro is a twist of the movie actor named Robert De Niro? Possibly? I see how it's close, but like... I'm not sure. Rhonda De Niro. Well, that explains why I guess that is how her name is pronounced. Rhonda... It sounds like Rhonda De Niro. Sounds like, is it supposed to be like around the air? But it's like arrow. I'm not sure. I want to find out, but might not happen. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I read this.
You heading up this case would be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I am placing you under arrest. What? It's quite frustrating, actually. I'd hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to take what I can get. Never thought I'd see the day when a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame?
She is not happy.
Wait, it has all been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim. Misunderstanding. I hear all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. He waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death. Francesca, do you honestly believe that I killed a man?
Do you?
I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I've had investigated this for myself. I can put your arrest on hold until then. That's as it should be. Ha! I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people.
Can you tell these two have beef? They have beef. They have this, like, they're rivals on a, what is it, professional level? But they're also grew up together, so they also bicker like siblings. They have the professional rivalry and the sibling rivalry all wrapped up into one chaotic bow. In other words, they're silly and kind of unintentionally combining duo. Ah, jeez.
To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for. Well, I have my own creed, which I must fulfill. So why don't we solve this together? I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town. Trust me, I have no intention to.
Detective Gumshoe! Gummy! Yes, sir! Gumshoe!
Too slow.
Ow!
Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand?
Mr. Edgeworth! I'm supposed to guard him!
A simple yes or no, detective.
Yes, sir! Understood, sir! You just leave it to me!
Miles Edgeworth. If you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Or be clear. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
Bye.
Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay. Thank you, detective.
I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this.
I have to admit, I'm a bit curious as to what Francesca's up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you.
That person, they're just glued to the window.
Why does she have a scuba tank on her back?
Does it dispense something? I'm confused. Okay, but let's talk to Gummy.
Initial investigation. So how is the initial investigation going? We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office. And we're taking statements now, sir. That sounds like Francesca. She was always good at quick responses to a case. I'd say she was, a little too quick, sir. Oh, how so? I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kinda creepy, as I thought as though she knew there had been a murder or something, and had come in advance to await your flight's arrival. That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly, and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all this.
Francesca von Karma.
Miss Von Karma just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident. No details. It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir. Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, Detective. Although, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine. Anyway, that's all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate. Yes, it's high time to resume my investigation. Starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh.
Can I move somewhere? Can I go over here? Oop. Oh, yes. Oh. I wasn't actually expecting to be able to do that. Okay, we're on the first class cabin again.
So, you must be the captain.
Oh my gosh. What does this do? Why does he have the Apollo horns? He's got the little Apollo hogays. That's adorable.
Why, yes, I am, and who might you be? I'm the prodigy prosecutor, Francesca von Karma, and I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain. Getting friendly with another woman. I'll never forgive you if you do.
Mealy and the captain are an item? Oh, yeah. This man is twisted around her pinky finger. This man is yeah, yep, this is gonna be annoying. One word from her and mum's the word.
What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. I wouldn't bet money on our dear captain to be much of a reputable person.
Agreed!
Sure you don't want to ask the captain some questions, sir? He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know of anything of use. Anyway, I like to leave that type of witness to Francesca and her whip.
He's just walking by. Ah! The captain got smacked. Yeah, leave it to Francesca. She can deal with them both. Oh, he's red in the face again. We're on the first floor lounge now.
Now see here.
Ah!
Sorry. I'm so sorry. How long do you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be the criminal, I told you. Mr. LeBlanc. Oh, it's you. Tell this man to stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend.
Okay then. Go that way. Hello, mister.
Oop. Did you finish taking his statement yet?
Yep, all done, sir.
I do not concern if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back.
A little bit broken English there.
LeBlanc's cargo. If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay. Art? What sort of art? Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them. Large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of arts. Folk costumes? Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat. Oh, it's a lot like the piece of cloth. It kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. Ooh. Show it to him.
Ooh, here we go. Oh, I need to look at that myself.
Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me? Oh, it's a Bulgarian cloth. As I suspected, Your hat is made of the same material, I suppose. Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous, orders come from over the seas for more.
You know, it is actually a nice pattern. Yeah, that's a good pattern.
And this... then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier. No, no, no. My cargo this time is much, many gigantic. You, detective, when can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. The stubbornness of you police, it is no good. And it is no good that attendant refuses to exit attendant's room, too. That attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Miss De Niro.
Oh, did we get more dialogue with him? Yeah, we do. Rhonda De Niro.
What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc? She was taken to the attendant's room for her interview. And then they still have not come out. That makes no sign of... They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier. Quicker than her. It's Miss De Niro's interview, the only one that's taking up so much time.
Oh, hello, Francesca.
Miles Edgeworth. You were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you? Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss De Niro. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room. Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances. I understand. You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth.
Debate!
Francesca's logic. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth.
Stripes on LeBlanc's outfit, my stripe. Oh yeah, we've been over that.
This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. The likeliest suspect, Francesca. Do you have a problem with that? No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute. I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend? Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I have to break her line of logic. Fast.
Let's see. Can... Most obvious conclusion, the scene of the crime was here and it's very loud. I'm not sure about that. This? Yeah. I could press on her. We might be able to get some more information, but... Yeah. I haven't actually looked at this. Wait, no, we've examined that. It's the cloth I haven't seen. I haven't examined the inside, though. I want to examine that, too. Okay, let's look at the cloth.
There could be this much blood on this piece of cloth. Was the victim wrapped in it at some point? According to Mr. LeBlanc, this textile is fairly famous.
What a waste. Oh, what a waste! This gumshoe. Did I not notice sooner? No, that was all Edgeworth for her. Okay. I want to look on the inside of this some more, because there was a tear in it. And I want to look at the inside of the suitcase. Because we get... Oh. Should click off the cloth, too. So get this, sir. I bet the victim used the suitcase as his hiding place.
Excuse me?
You know, the stowaway onto this flight, sir. He must have been inside all along. But someone found him out, and that's when, BAM! He was killed. Actually, that was the plot of a movie I saw recently.
Detective Gumshoe, get your head out of the theater and back into reality.
Oh my gosh, it's so silly. That was worth it. Gumshoe's like, well, this movie. It's totally this movie plotline. Edgeworth is like slowly turning to him going, Gumshoe. Gumshoe, why? Oh my gosh, that's so silly. I think that's the first time I've seen Edgeworth flabbergasted by Gumshoe's antics and not just sitting there grabbing the bridge of his nose going like, oh my gosh, why? And just being kind of disappointed or disgruntled about Gumshoe's antics, but like, he's genuinely just like, Gumshoe, what? Huh? Where's this coming from? Head pats for Gumshoe. Oh, the head pats for Gumshoe. I like Gumshoe. I mean, it's kind of funny, because in the original trilogy, which is, I guess, known as the Phoenix Wright trilogy now, is that he's kind of a jerk at first, because he's very gloaty about it. Just being like, he's like, haha, Edgeworth is so great, and you're just a lowly little defense attorney, Phoenix. But you progress through the games and he gets more and more of an ally, and he like sees Phoenix. He's like, oh, it's Phoenix, hi. I'm gonna pass you on some information because I can trust you with it because I know you will find the truth and the true culprit. So I'm gonna throw you a bone or two if I can. And I'm like, I love the character development Gumshoe gets because it really does go from this like gloating, going holier than thou, like, haha, look how great this is. And then he's just like, a really awesome friend, and I like it. Okay, this. I wanted to examine this, though. Wait, is that actual blood? That's the victim's blood, right, sir? I thought it was a tear in the fabric, but no, yeah, it's like some kind of substance. It doesn't match the blood on the cloth, though. Is this grape juice?
I suspect so, but we won't know much more until it's been processed by forensics.
Well, it's a good thing no one wanted to buy this suitcase.
How so?
Imagine the shock on their faces when they go to open it and out pops the dead body.
I suppose. Although it's really nothing to get all shocked over.
Edgeworth! That's shocking to people. Oh my gosh. I guess that is true. If you're used to seeing that kind of stuff, you do get pretty desensitized. Okay. This was used to transport the body. Yeah, oh yeah, the crime scene. Do I just show the suitcase? You know what? Why not? I'll just get dinged a little if it's wrong. Is it just show the suitcase?
Objection!
Yes. Yes, it is. Yay.
It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all.
And what does that mean?
I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves the body was moved from a different location. The killer used this suitcase to move the body, to move the victim's body.
The body's victim. Swapping words, bad me. That's kind of funny. Body's victim. This is silliness when you accidentally switch words on accident.
Meaning the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all.
Objection!
Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions? Excuse me. All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth. I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily. You should know better than that. Avant Karma is perfect in every way. Ah, but did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point?
Objection!
As if there's proof of that. Where's the proof that the suitcase was moved around?
Do I just show the suitcase again? I just showed the suitcase again.
Take that!
All it takes is one look at it, this, and you'll have your answer.
Indeed, I have my answer now. that you are an ignorant whippersnapper. Why did she call him a whippersnapper? Yeah, that wasn't it the oh, it's meaning, okay. It's meaning the footprints we have, okay. Ah, you're just an unforgiving whippersnapper. Whip-snapper. Sorry, an unforgiving that was silly. Why did she call him whippersnapper? She's younger than Edgeworth. Edgeworth is older than her. Why is she calling him a whippersnapper? That was just for the pun for Edgeworth to call her a whip snapper. Okay, let's skip through this. This is just, yes, I know what the thing is. I get it now. Like, don't I just show the suitcase again? It has it on the wheels. No, it wants me to show this, the grape foot. Grape foot. Grape juice! Footprints!
Take that!
Spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. Okay, where's the evidence that proves the killer dragged the suitcase through here?
Right about here.
Take that!
I hope.
This mark here. What do you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels? I suppose. Further, there's also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase.
Which is what I was trying to get out before, but we can't go that way, apparently.
This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here. I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Objection!
Not so fast! This doesn't put you in the clear. Not by a long shot.
She's raring to go. She's not letting Edgeworth go until she has to a minute. Why are you so aggressive about this? But I suppose, in Francesca's own Francesca way, she could be, how to say, trying to make it so that Edgeworth can't be arrested, because if she's crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's, she can just be like, nope, you don't get to arrest him, he's in the clear. I think she genuinely wants to beat him as well, but I also think that there is a little bit of her just trying to keep Edgeworth in the clear as well. Because it is proven in, what was it? I think it's the second of the Phoenix Wright trilogy. At the end of that game? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's at the end of that game. That she does break down finally and just be like, she does care about Edgeworth, but she's never going to admit it. So I think most people playing this would know this, because the original trilogy is all out by the time Edgeworth games have been released, so yeah. She does care. The sibling rivalry is true. They are siblings after a fashion, I guess. Anyway, what is she gonna say now?
You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from, and pretended to be the discoverer of the body.
Francesca, you should know this man does not do well with any at all earthquakes.
Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly. Just what are you insinuating? That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in her logic in one fell swoop.
It should be... I think it's the very first statement I found a problem with.
Yeah, the piggy bank with the turbulence.
Yeah, it was taken out of the display case in the in-flight shop after the turbulence. So, I'm just gonna show this already. It should be correct.
Objection!
Yep.
The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared. Evidence and logic. Essential tools that those who would stand in a courtroom must learn to master. But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix? A fake. This Captain Hugo piggy bank is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon. What? The timing of when that piggy bank was taken from the shop is important. And it was taken after the turbulence had occurred. But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that? I assume it was added after the murder, when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence.
Which we could hear about.
After exiting the elevator.
The Edgeworth is flat out of the floor. I just really took notice of that. Oh, I would have stopped there for it because it's kind of funny. The killer is like in the elevator, presumably from somewhere else. Has just set it up. It dings the door open. They're reeling it away and they like look to their other side and it's just Edgeworth, comatose, on his back, on the floor, just out. If I was the killer, I would have like paused there and been like, what? I mean, then be like, well, there's the person I get to blame all this on, but at the same time, I would just be like, why is there a man passed out on the ground? Don't tell me there was another murder. I mean, that's gotta be a little bit of a surreal situation, you know? Not that I would kill anybody, though. Ooh, yikes. Ooh, okay, anyway.
The killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick the bank up from off the floor and took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, in my pocket to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackley Hicks. Ackley Hicks. You there!
Yes, ma'am.
Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found? I didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence. And the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood. I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end. It's possible it's just hidden somewhere, sir.
Yeah!
If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth. Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence.
Oh, it was impromptu? Is that what we're heading to? It was not planned.
Which means the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or is still at the real crime scene.
Objection!
What are you objecting to, Francesca?
There is one more possibility, and that would be that the piggy bank is in fact the real murder weapon. But didn't we just... Ooh. Let me finish. The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time that the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you?
You and you repeating words. At least she's not saying foolish 5... No, it was 6 times in a sentence. I actually counted. because she was saying it so many times. I'm like, how many times did you say foolish in one sentence? It was 6. I don't think she got higher than 6. Not, at least to my memory, she didn't get higher than 6. She might have, but I don't remember this. But yeah, she's used the word fool in some capacity 6 times in one sentence. I was like, Francesca, get a thesaurus. You need to know more words. Anyway. Gotten better at that.
Let's see. So that means the killer had the key to the display case. Francesca, the person you're talking about. Not so fast. I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying.
What does she lie about?
Speaking of which, I recall that you also wish to speak with her. Yes. Very well, permission granted. But only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other? I have no intention of interrogating her. But you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish. Miss Tenero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move.
Oop. I can run around. Oh. Yep. What? How many? They've got quite a few plaques. I see a number 10 on one of them. But I don't think I'm not sure if you could count up that high. Alright. Go in the room. Oop, do I have to? Okay. Looks like I'm slipping through the wall. Alright. Flight G390, first floor, flight attendant's room. It is now 2:23 p.m. There's a little post. I thought there was a picture of Rhonda on the back. I'm like, what? And no, it's just a random flight attendant. Okay.
So you're the one that poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? Mr. Nero. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too.
She wasn't looking at people.
Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did? All right.
Go talk to her. Oh, she's so sad. Aw. The music's sad too. Okay, captain's permission.
Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that?
No response. Oh, now she's talking.
Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission. What do you mean? The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Mealy. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends. In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges. Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness! Mr. Nero, is it? There is one more thing I'd like to ask of you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well, why the sudden hesitation? Francesca seems to have struck a nerve.
In-flight shop.
All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work then? Yes. I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell. Mr. Nero claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing.
The suitcase? Oh, the suitcases did get the suitcases got tidied up. Maybe it was her? Ooh. Oh. Why did my foot fall asleep? Ow, that's uncomfortable. We interrupt this investigation for pins and needles. Tingly foot. Ah. Apparently I need to sit differently. Circulation. Alright.
If you could please take a look at this for me, Miss De Niro. Oh, that suitcase! Yes, about the suitcase. You are the one who designed it, correct? I think I figured something else out about it. The suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it? There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there? Will you please tell me more about the suitcase? Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care. But I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see that it was the last one there. Last one there. Ooh. There was two. So wait. So when she checked during turbulence, there was only one suitcase. Is that what we're getting at?
Ooh. That sounds in our favor. I feel like Phoenix right now. I know the exact sprite I would use.
So you're saying, Miss De Niro, that the suitcase in question was the last one?
Yes, they're just so popular, they're practically flying off the shelves. That is a face of somebody who's lying. You do not believe what you just said, lady.
Not exactly the impression I got. The one in the shop is most definitely the last one. We're currently looking at that suitcase.
Really?
Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one. Didn't say anything about buying it.
Then say you'll buy it.
I'm sorry, I can't.
But why?
I think it'll go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. I guarantee it personally as a service professional. Well, that is... How should I put this? It's hideous.
What? Right to her face.
Maybe that was a bit too direct.
You don't say!
Moving on. My issue with the suitcase isn't the design. It's the number of them remaining. Remaining? There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it. 2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only 1. Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only 1 suitcase left. Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? By the way, Miss Tenero, what is one of those suitcases doing here? I thought you said there was only 1 left. That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now.
It still has a price tag on it.
She used it for a long time. I think not. Mr. Nero, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me.
Excuse me?
I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. What proves that this hasn't been used for nearly as long as Miss Tenero says?
Price tag.
Take that!
The price tag's still on it.
Tell me, Miss Tenero, Is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase? Ah! What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase? Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Mr. Nero, I think I understand. I know what you are trying to hide. Now then, the suitcase was originally in the in-flight shop. Seeing as how the price tag is still on this suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought the suitcase was herself.
Take that!
It was you, wasn't it, Miss Tenero? I hate to say this, but this suitcase that you designed hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling. You were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right? Then the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I had finally accomplished something.
Oh, ouch. Oh, ouch. Oh, geez, I know that feeling all too well at times. Oof.
The suitcases didn't sell well. Okay. The suitcases didn't sell. It's because of the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous. I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either. We weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there, day in and day out, so I decided to buy one for every flight I work. You buy one every single time you work a flight. I see. So in order to keep your resolution...
Resolution?
Okay, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here is my receipt for that purchase. This receipt is clearly timestamped 5:40 a.m. Ooh. The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight. Mr. Nero, where are these other suitcases? They should all be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer used could very well have come from the cargo hold. Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases to... Yes, I do. The killer used one... Wait. Did I misread it? Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases to... Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body. Ah! How could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wished them to be. Mr. Nero, is there any other way to the cargo hold other than the elevator? The only way is just through the door there. And what about security? That door has no special lock installed because, just to enter this room, you need a special keycard that only crew members have access to. Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers, and leaving only crew members as potential suspects. It's the captain!
I'm being silly.
I can't believe it. Ooh. Yes, Francesca? Going on these wild goose chases. You're a disgrace to the Von Conran name. And what do you mean by that? The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story. Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their keycard.
Miles Edgeworth, you're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct?
Yes, that's the only realistic possibility. Other than that other attendant, Miss Mealy, I asked her earlier, and she had this to say. Francesca got information out of Miss Mealy. In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different key card is required. A different one. Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhonda Tenero, and only you. Ah! What? Is true, Miss Tenero? Yes, I keep that keycard in my locker at all times. Could you please show us that card right now? Yes, hold on. I don't believe it. What's wrong? The keycard. It's gone. Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen, when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You've really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You can tell us all about it when it... Yeah, okay. Try it. You can tell us all about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Edgeworth.
Finger taps. He's thinking. Oh, she turned back. She's like, help. Edgeworth, please help the lady. She helped you. Help her.
What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face. Francesca, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case. However...
Hold it!
Don't even think about wasting any more of my time.
Wasn't he helping? You're wasting your own time. Don't blame Edgeworth.
You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth? I intend to do likewise.
Oh, got another to be continued. Well, we got plenty of time. Wow, that was quick. That was a short one. Yes. We're saving again. If the game asks me to save, I'm going to save. Oop, nope, I don't need to save again, though. March 12th. Still 12. It's only been a little time. We are now in the lower deck cargo hold. Wow, so this is the cargo hold, huh? Off he goes. Bye. It's so big! Gumshoe's having fun. A happy gumshoe is a good gumshoe.
This plane is a special model. It has both a super large cargo hold and ultra-luxurious first-class seating.
So this is the real scene of the murder. How much are plane tickets? Do you have to pay more if you have cargo? I mean, I imagine you would. How much is... They must gouge prices somewhere. There is no sense of this air flight plane. Whatever. There's no sense in this, but I'm going to try to poke at it anyway, because what else am I to do? I'm playing an investigation mystery game for a reason. Alright. Where were we? Okay, real scene of the murder.
There is certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct?
Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Yay, we got a whole posse of people here. Oh. Okay, let's look at the elevator first. Oh, I just love pushing the buttons on elevators and crosswalk signals. Here, you should give it a try, sir. Go on, push it.
elevator is currently stopped on the first floor, Detective. It can't move. Oh, yeah. I guess nothing would happen if you pushed it now. Well, nothing would happen normally anyway, without the special keycard. Both the door to the attendant's room and the elevator's control panels require a keycard, which makes it impossible for a passenger to come down here. Okay. All sorts of boxes are piled up here. This one says flammable, and this one, it says pharmaceuticals. This one says for exorcism use only. Just what kind of operation is this airline running? They're spirit medium tools!
Why is there an open suitcase on the floor?
Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal? It's what the victim checked in, sir. So the suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we took a closer look. There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir. Wait, a file? And there's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir. It looks like a profile on Francisca. Ooh. Why would Mr. Hicks have a file on her?
There's more suspicious behavior.
Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth! It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair! These must be all the leftover ones that they couldn't sell. The ones the company is planning to dispose of after this flight is over. The paint job's really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it would bring you much happiness. You think so? Maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200! I think I'll pass. And Mr. Nero wonders why they don't sell. You need 2 jobs just to buy one. Although, it definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on? It's a bunch of glass fragments. Oh! We have the glasses! Is it the glasses?
I want to try this.
It is! I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses. And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses! Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glasses' lenses. That's a lot of S's. Ergo, the victim was here, just as I suspected. So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir? Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now? Oh, is it? I didn't know about that. Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. Okay.
This is edgy.
Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew. It sure brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir. The look in his eyes. He's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pours on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so.
Poor Gumshoe.
Okay. Okay, we've got this big thing. I didn't know that this plane was capable of carrying such large pieces of cargo. This thing's as tall as 2 of you on top of each other, sir. It would probably take 20 of you to cover the entire surface of this monstrosity. What? Really? Yeah, I guess that sounds about right. There's really no need to take that throwaway estimate seriously, Detective.
He's like, I'm joking around with you. I can talk to Francesca. Oh, maybe I can show her the profile, actually. Meet Big Gumshoe behind. Hello.
You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you were already here at this airport for something besides this murder. Yes, I was.
Why at this airport?
I've been following a very large and involved governmental level in international crime. But it's much too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. Interpol is evolved. It's a top secret operation. So I really can't just tell you any more than I already have.
Can I show her? Whoop. Where's the file? Oh, it's not an item. Okay, I can't show it to her. Never mind. Can I logic? She is the document and Interpol connected. Francesca came to this airport as an Interpol liaison. Okay. Is Mr. Hicks an Interpol? We don't. Yeah.
Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Francesca?
Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir.
Francesca said that she had come to this airport as part of the Interpol investigation.
Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her.
Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was, in actuality, Interpol Agent Hicks. I think Francesca has some explaining to do.
Okay. You can now talk to her? Truth behind Hicks. Yes.
You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you?
Nonsense. What are you talking about?
We found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed, which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks. Isn't that right?
Isn't that correct?
I should have known you'd figure it out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. So you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent, then? Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. He went undercover to investigate this crime. And it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. I think we have pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold.
But what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it. Ow!
Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Francesca, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue his investigation? No. Unfortunately, I was going to find out from him after he landed. I see. But this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew.
Oh, wait, that was Francesca. Sorry. Hold on, let me do this again.
Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew and entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in. Yes, and then he was murdered here. These glass fragments and his broken glasses are a testament to that. And then... the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and... they entered the elevator. But while they were writing it up, the plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks's body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere.
That was some intense turbulence. No wonder why Edgeworth passed out. That poor man has so much trauma. That level of shaking would absolutely... Okay. I understand why he clonked out now. Poor man. I really do feel really bad for Edgeworth whenever his traumas are brought up. I'm like, this poor guy needs some hot chocolate and a blanket. Stat. Okay. Where were we? Okay, yeah. The suitcase broke open.
Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor.
Poor Agent Hicks. He was just trying to do his job. I also feel very bad for Agent Hicks.
I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage.
What? Really, sir? Edgeworth's not responding right away, at least.
I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can be none other than Miss Rhonda Tenero.
Oh, they're gonna argue about it. Okay, before we get into that, I'm getting a drink. Put that down for a second. I need drinkies. Ah, jeez. Man, doing all that dialogue really dries out one's throat. Oh, hello, kitty. Here's a kitty by my feet. Fuzzy. We interrupt this gameplay for me wanting to pet my cat. Good kitty. Okay. Back to it. Definitive evidence.
If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is the key card that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such a high-level access is Miss Rhonda Tenero. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that.
Also, she does not give off I'm the culprit vibes. It is Ace Attorney. There's definitely going to be, yeah, they give culprit vibes. It's not supposed to be an impossible to solve kind of game. It's supposed to be telling a fun detective story. And I'm having fun. I hope y'all are too. You could let me know. Okay, yes, definitive evidence. Nothing immediately stood out. Okay, let's look at the evidence. Hello, Hicks. I feel like they don't draw this man's face consistently. Every time we see, like, a depiction of him, it always feels a little different. Okay.
Oh, this has a time.
There's nothing on the back. Register one. Oh yeah, it is the 12th, March 12th. So it is the day of. If you have any questions regarding this transaction, please contact us at GoU Airlines. I'm surprised they put that in as actual readable text. That's fun. Yeah, total credit. Change due. This might be important. 5:40 a.m. She was in the shop. What do we have with time? Mr. Acme Hicks was in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. Okay. Made a brief stop from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. to transfer cargo and refuel at transfer point. Okay. We have all times correspond to our departure time zone. Let's see. Okay, 5 o'clock is that blue line. There's drinks. Then at 6, there's the movie. Okay. So... She might have been serving drinks up, but that doesn't really confirm her. Okay, body was found at 6:15 a.m. We don't have the time of passing. I cannot investigate the phone. And look at this. Is there any... Well, this isn't gonna help me. This is not taking out the flight. What am I saying? I'm like, we have a photo. Let's examine it. I'm like, wait, that's not relevant right now. Hold on. Anything else with a time on it? No. 'Cause I have a feeling time's gonna be involved. Let's press on all the options and see if we can get more info.
Hold it!
Oh wait, what were we on? Okay, if it was a crew member... Okay, about the crew taking Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. Got it. That might be true, but then it could be anyone, including Miss Mealy, or even the captain. Don't be a fool. A plane without a pilot in the cockpit. The pilot in the cockpit is like a horse without a rider, crop in hand, much like Scruffy over there. Hey! Be nice to Gumshoe! Can't disagree with her on that. Detective Gumshoe does always need a guiding hand. Also, planes actually do have autopilot. The pilot doesn't have to be manning the station 24/7. I mean, on a technical level, to be honest. I do know actually a little bit about planes. I actually do know a little bit about planes. But they do have it where they can move, because there's a reason why there's set air paths. It's because of the autopilot kind of stuff. I'm not sure how that works technically in like every single detail, but you don't need to be flying. What I'm getting at is the plane does not need to be manned every single second. When you're landing and taking off, absolutely, that's still done by a person. The autopilot's not advanced enough for that. But in the sky, not necessarily. I don't know if they're gonna take that into consideration though in this game. However, but little fun fact there. Yeah, planes do in fact have legitimate autopilot. It's for more complicated maneuvers. The pilot's still definitely needed. We still need our pilots. We cannot replace them, at least not yet. But there is some things planes can do on their that have the technology to do on their own. Whether, well, I guess big fancy plane like this probably could have that kind of stuff. Anyway, moving on.
Very well then. What about the other flight attendant, Miss Mealy?
Ha! I thought you might ask about her. Yeah, the point to keep in mind is the elevator key, which Mealy doesn't have, presumably.
It's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from Miss De Niro.
You don't have evidence of that, Edgeworth.
It's highly likely. Is that possibility the best you can come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father? Yes, well... While I don't have any evidence, Be quiet! You're a disgrace! There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhonda De Niro, you know. It's not just the keycard that gives her away. Are you talking about the murder weapon, the Captain Hugo piggy bank? Yes! She is also the only person with a key to open that display case.
Well, we already did. Like, it fell out. It didn't need to necessarily be open. Actually, was that display case even... That display case was locked, wasn't it? We checked earlier in the stream. Was it locked? Was it locked? I think it might have been, because Mealy was making a reference how, oh, you want me to unlock it because you want to purchase something? That lady wants people to buy stuff for her. I can see, the captain certainly got entangled in that. Anyway, let's see. Further, there's a matter of the key to display the case that held the murderous bank. Because we still have... Taking out the display case. Well, was it locked? I mean, we don't have evidence for that, but let's press on it then. Do we get evidence?
Objection!
Ooh. Okay. I wasn't expecting her to cut that off. Yeah, but that is a fake objection! Oh, that was funny. That wasn't a very good one, but I tried. Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? I wasn't expecting that face. He's like, ugh, I can't answer either of those. Ah! Written all over his face. Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as the murder weapon. What should be examined further to help us ascertain the authenticity of the weapon? The body. Can we get an autopsy report? I've been wanting one for a while now, to be honest. Francesca, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. Oh, was I? Yes. We don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can I not say that you've made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see if the wound on Agent Hicks's head is consistent with the murder weapon? This is true. Scruffy! Yes, sir. Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks's autopsy. Yes, sir! Off he goes. Are we gonna wait for him? Ooh, we might be. Ooh. We got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Is he gonna run down? Yep, there he comes. Hi, Gumshoe. Here comes the boy! You know what? You could very easily turn Gumshoe into, like, a pupper. Gumshoe is best pupper. Good doggy. I'm just thinking of the Witch of the Waste. Good doggy. Witch of the Waste from Howl's Moving Castle, the Hayao Miyazaki film. Adaptation of... Oh, and Agatha Christie is just coming to mind, but that is definitely not the right author. Diana Wayne Jones. Thank you, Savoria. She's in the background. She says, hi, I exist. What is it, detective? They're still doing the autopsy, but they said that they already know this one thing for sure. Report. Now. The doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back. He was beaten over such a wide area. Well, I'd say maybe it's a sign that the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir. Instantaneous death resulting from blow to back of head. Bruising, head to mid-back. Oof! That's a lot of damage! Poor Agent Hicks! I don't know why I keep laughing at myself. Autopsy report. Scruffy. What is had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean? Well,
That's, Is the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, detective? Oh, well, they said they were still looking into that, sir. You're completely useless. Ouch! Sir, I told you already. You can't go down there. No, you remove yourself from my way. Who is talking? They're just question marks. I have no idea who said that last. What is all that racket? Oh! It's LeBlanc. My luggage, my cargo. They're mine and I demand you return them to me. They're chest to chest. They're having a man-off. Who will win? One art seller or the police officer? I have the feeling the results may surprise us or be like, yeah, saw that coming. We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience. I suppose there is no choice. Finally, I think he gave... Hey, what are you? You have left me no choice but to use strong force. Ah! You won't get past me. Oh. Man overboard! Someone grab the life preserver from that one guy. The first class. There he goes! Wait, that's it. So that's what this whole thing has been about. Further, there's a matter of the key to the display case that held the murderous bank. Is there a way... some way for me... Ooh, music's picking up. Wait for the... it's the real murder weapon. Yes! After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. The weapon couldn't be found. Nobody could find anything that could be considered the real weapon in the hold. One art dealer just cracked the case. Oh, he landed on his head. Oh no! Oh, ow. I didn't need to see that. The doc said there's one giant bruise from a... oh. The doc said there's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulders down to his mid-back. Oh. Logic time. Cause of death. Wait. Weapon. Okay. Bruising? Yeah, okay, that is bruising. Is cause of death. And the weapon could be found. Because there's nothing to hide. Yeah? This? No. Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic. That's fine. How do we cut it? We have... Is there some way for me to prove that this isn't the real murder weapon? Oh, do we connect these two? Because he fell from a great height, is what Edgeworth is getting at. That's clearly what the game is trying to get hit and be like, he fell down off of the stairs. Do these connect? No. I'm just not sure how to go about this. Bag of daily beans. I mean, it's not gonna be the piggy bank. I'll check. Or... oh no, it is. Never mind. I didn't think it would be. Okay, well that explains why I was getting it wrong. Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there's extensive which is why there is extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. An usually large area of bruising suggests a very large weapon was used. Yeah. Sizable weapon. Now do we connect these two?
Yeah? Yeah! Okay, we're moving. We're figuring out. We're literally piecing it together. I love the mechanics for Edgeworth's game. They're great. I mean, it doesn't have to be Edgeworth, but I would like another investigation-styled Ace Attorney game. Because I like the logic bits. I like having the logic. You know what? The team that made these two games that start at Miles Edgeworth, they actually do use the logic system in just like one particular moment in the later games. Because the people who worked on these two games were the B team, but they end up becoming the A team and working on Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice. And there's a moment when you're really close to solving the case that you do use the logic system. I just realized that. Following Asogi and Von Zeeks would be hilarious, I am sure. Huh? Why are we bringing them up? I mean, I can't quite remember where the Great Ace Attorney games come into play. I think it's Phoenix's trilogy. Then we get the Miles Edgeworth games. And then the A-Team, like, as a game suggestion for another investigations game. Oh, that's what you're meaning. Sorry. There's a bit of discrepancy in the times. Sorry. Oh, yeah. If we got an investigate. Oh, I would love that. I would love that because that means more Great Ace Attorney, and that sounds like I like that idea. That's a good idea, Frug. Can we please have a Great Ace Attorney investigations game? We can have it post. I mean, well, that'd be kind of tricky to market. You'd have to play as Van Zeeks, because for anyone, you'd have to not mention Asogi. I'm not saying any more. That's getting into some dangerous territory there. But yeah, you could totally have Van Zeek. I would love a Van Zeek's investigation game. Okay. Okay. But let's see. Yeah, the timeline, original trilogy, I think it's the Miles Edgeworth, the investigation games. Then it's Apollo Justice. No, I think it's Great Ace Attorney. I think Great Ace Attorney in the Miles games might have been released. I'm not sure when. Because I also know Shutakumi and the A-Team at the time worked with the crossover event for Professor Layton and the Ace Attorney crossover, which I've also played and own, which is actually quite expensive nowadays, which is wild to think about. I'm like, oh, this is actually expensive? What? Keep the things, I guess. You never know what will get expensive. This has gone off on a really long tangent. Oh, well, here we are, Miles. You're gonna have to wait. But, oh, yeah. So, I think it was the OG trilogy. Shu Takumi and the A-Team started to work on the crossover for Professor Layton and the Ace Attorney crossover thing. And while that was going on, I think Edgeworth games were being made. So then after that, I think it was Apollo Justice. And that didn't fly too well. I think it might have been Apollo Justice. And then we got, oh yeah, because they used 3D models for the Great Ace Attorney. So yeah, I think that's after Apollo Justice. Then it's after Apollo Justice we get the Great Ace Attorney games. And then we get Spirit of Justice and Dual Destinies. Because I think those games came both out before, after both Great Ace Attorney games. I know for sure at least the first Great Ace Attorney game came out. So, because, again, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles is 2 games in 1. Dual Destinies might have come out, and then the second Great Ace Attorney? I'm not sure about that, but I'm pretty sure, as of release date, Spirit of Justice is, you know, fully new, brand new game is Spirit of Justice. I'm pretty sure. All right, let's try to solve the Ace Attorney timeline of game release. More investigating why this poor Interpol agent ended up dying. Oh, that was a large tangent, but hopefully it was interesting.
Okay, if we're looking for a rather large weapon, you think it would stick out. But so far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning.
Would this be technically the airplane? It would be, wouldn't it? Because the airplane's the environment. The murder weapon is an airplane. If you're making an Ace Attorney murder weapon list, you can put that on as a... That can be a wild card one. There's a video. Should I? I just realized I could do that. Would people like me ranking silly things like that in some YouTube short of just like ranking wild murder weapons from the Ace Attorney games I've played? Or it could be the series in general, I guess. I do have the Switch version of the Phoenix Wright trilogy. Oh yeah, and I do have the Apollo Justice trilogy. I have... Wait. Do I have I have nearly every single Ace Attorney game on the Switch. I can play them all. Ooh. The only one that's an Ace Attorney game that I don't have on the Switch is the crossover one, which I wouldn't think that would get ported. That does sound ridiculous, and I say yes! It would be a fun video. It'd probably be a short. I'd keep it quick. Okay, maybe. Maybe if I can get around... I'd have to go look at... Be realistically, I have to go look at the other cases to see kind of what shenanigans happen. You know, refresh my memory, but maybe I could do that. I guess I could take it as kind of within the case. Like, this murder weapon came from really left field kind of thing. Or I could keep it short and just do like 5 things. We'll see. I have my Macy's vote of confidence. It's not off the table. I'll have to look into it more to see if it's plausible to do, because it kind of depends if there's enough for a list, you know? But we'll see about it. Okay, seriously, now we really gotta get back to the game. Where were we? Okay, yeah, if we're looking for a rather large weapon, do you think it would stick out? But so far we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort.
Perhaps, just perhaps, is something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally, it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration.
He's just on top of there.
What's that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here? Francesca. Oh.
Why are you barking? Hello? Is that picking up? The dog's barking. 1 second. I don't think she's gonna bark. Okay.
What? What do you want? I found it, Francesca. I found the real murder weapon.
You did? He really jumped! Gumshoe is just standing there. These two are talking, and there's Gumshoe to the side going, oh my gosh, is that man okay? Oh, this is silly. I would like an animatic of that. Just you have Francesca and Edgeworth completely ignoring what just happened now. And there's Gumshoe in the back going, holy cow! Oh, that's very silly. I can imagine that. I'm not doing that. I don't know how to animate. I could learn, but I'm not going to.
We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time.
He might be hurt. We should go check up on him, sir.
There's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit. This coming from a prosecutor with the habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence.
You two aren't listening at all, are you? Nope.
Come on then, show me this real murder weapon you speak of.
I think I literally don't have it in my evidence thing. It's not, yeah, I have to say I don't have it because I literally can't, I don't have the plane. As the murder weapon. Don't show evidence? I guess, well, if we're wrong, I just choose the other one. It's no big deal.
I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me.
How many fools was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, she beat her! She said it more than that one time, I remember. This is what I was meaning. Her favorite word is fools, and any derivatives of. If you're writing Francesca and you don't have her do a line like this at least once in your story, are you really writing Francesca? Francisca. I don't think I'm saying her name quite right, but I'm trying. Why? My dog just randomly barked. Just if that didn't get picked up. I don't know what gets picked up always.
What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should phrase it as, that which caused Agent Hicks's death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I have figured out I do believe I figured out what was the real cause of death.
Strangulation, free fall stuff. It's free fall. He fell. Gravity. The laws of physics got him. Oh my gosh, it's so morbid thought. I'm like, you could have a physics lesson of how somebody would die if they fell from a high place. I'm like, that's so morbid, don't do that. I guess if you're in a forensics class, that would be useful, but like a regular physics class, that's a little dark. It's kind of wild to me that they actually have forensic classes. Would walk by and they'd be like, and don't go there, it's a fake crime scene for the forensics class. I'm like, okay. I do have a bachelor's degree. I have been on campuses. It's really weird going across the fake crime scene like that, I'll tell you what, let alone a real one. Oh gosh. Can you imagine on your daily route or somewhere, you walk across and there's a crime scene taped up and you're like, when did that happen? Oh gosh, that'd be kinda, that'd be something I don't want to deal with. I hope not too many people have to. Preferably not at all, but that's not realistic. Anyway, dude fell from a height.
The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free-falling from? Free-falling to the ground. He fell to his death.
Yes. That's our working hypothesis right now.
Yes, this is the only plausible possibility. The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and... okay, try again. The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back. And the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside this plane. I know. Are you claiming that there is some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean. Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold.
What?
Then, we're in trouble. They may have a second death on our hands, sirs.
Oh. Hey, you! Tell me you aren't dead, pal! Gumshoe being best character. Edgeworth and Francesca are ignoring this poor man, and look at Gumshoe. This is my Gumshoe's best boy. Give it up for Gumshoe. Like the video if you like Gumshoe. Sorry, I got a shill. Quiet! Why are you screaming? He's okay. Still grumpy. He's alive! Thank you, Gumshoe. What would we do without him?
And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. The man is living proof of that.
Nope. Nope. I already can piece some of it together. Nope. We had... Where was it? Made a brief stop from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. to transfer cargo and refuel at transfer point. Meaning, this cargo hold looked different at a time. So I believe... I knew this would come in handy. Once it was the refueling, I'm like, nope, this is gonna be the murder time. I just knew it. I'm like, I've played enough Ace Attorney. Welcome to life with a fun car. Yep. Yep. You do actually get to see a little bit more of like itty bitty little tiny child Edgeworth in the anime. Because I guess if anyone doesn't know, there is an animated adaptation of... Does it go up? I think it's the original trilogy. I think it's all animated. I know it at least gets the first 2 games. I'm trying to remember if it's in the 3rd. I think? I can't remember clearly. The art style is pretty close to, unsurprisingly, the game's art style, so I'm like, images don't help very much. Yeah, I don't seem to be able to think of that right now. Anyway.
I suppose it's true. That is not possible, given the current circumstances.
The current circumstances.
What is that supposed to mean? Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then? Oh! I did notice before when we were running around that it has the Zenfa cargo on some of them. I think that one did too. And this was... Wait, no, it was here. Yeah, Zenfa. So if it has the Zenfa labeling, it was put in the cargo hold later. Okay. You would have been a Bulgarian pancake for sure, sir. I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality is, that cargo box is there. So there is no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios. Whatever. It may be there now, but there is no proof that it was always there. Ha! As if there could have been a window of time where that giant box was not there. Ah, but there was. What? Can I use to show her that it's possible the box was not always there, yeah, okay, try again. What can I use to show her that it's possible the box was not always where it is now? Oop. Okay. This. Oop. English. Slingers of trolls and trolls. Yeah, I do get tongue-tied a bit. Okay. Let's present this. It should be this. You refueled in the Republic of Zenfa. Yes. This flight had a short layover in Zenfa in order to refuel. Or Shengfa. Shengfa. It's probably more of like Shengfa. Please somebody do a poem or rhyme so I know how to pronounce this fictional country name. That wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. Yeah, the flight schedule is very revealing. Ah, it's labeled Zhenfa Express! Correct. Meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zhenfa. Cargo from Zhenfa... Shut it down. Okay, so cargo from Zhenfa. It was loaded on board, during the refueling between 4 and 5 a.m. at the transport point. And that
is evidence because it's white in the background. The black means it's a logic point.
Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time? It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Euro Shengfa leg of the flight. Making a clear... Wait, was it European? I read that wrong, didn't I? Yeah, European. I said Euro. Sorry. Sorry, apologies. Okay, it would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the European Shengfa leg of the flight.
Okay.
Making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible. Ah, but your theory is still very far-fetched. Then allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. First order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail.
Ooh. Begin investigation. No, we are not. We're ending it today. I'm afraid. That shall be it today. You know what? I'll save on screen just because I know some people appreciate that. There we go. All savey save. There we go. A little abrupt, but we are at the end of the time I have allotted for myself for streaming. But we got far. We got what is all in likelihood to be the correct scenario of what actually happened. Now we just need to get more evidence. Woo! I really do like this one because I have watched a playthrough of this because, you know, it was released. Was it the DS? Or Game Boy Advance? It was the DS. No, it was DS. Pretty sure. It was a handheld. It was a handheld release for sure. At least that much is true. So I have seen a playthrough of this before. I have seen the fan translation of the second game, just to say. So it's not too completely new, but it's also been years since I've seen these, and there's plenty I don't remember. I did remember this point though, but it's still one of my favorites as far as unraveling, because it is rather clever. Because you, especially in the terms of Ace Attorney, because it's usually always some like item of some sort, and you really have to figure out like the order of events that would allow this person X to use murder weapon Y on victim A kind of thing. It's more of how it happens as a puzzle. But this has to make you stretch your brain around and be like, no, it wasn't an item. It was an environment. And I think that's clever and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And I can only appreciate it because it's not a real... it's not real. It's a fictional story. Thankfully. Thankfully. I don't think I would do well in true crime. I'd be too sad. That'd be too sad. And also kind of horrifying. I do not need to be paranoid. Thank you. But it's a fun murder mystery video game, which is wholly fictional. This is great. I'm having a good time. Hopefully you all are as well. If you are, I would appreciate if you left any likes or even comments if you feel up to it. Maybe leave a comment saying if you like the idea of me saying like top 3 or 5 or just like 3 or 5 really odd murder weapons in an Ace Attorney game. Should I include the crossover? It is a crossover with Ace Attorney. You guys are gonna have to tell me that too. I might have to make a poll. Should I include the crossover Ace Attorney thing if I were to make an unusual means of death? We'll see. Again, I'll have to go check. I could probably read the wiki. Yeah, I have to probably go through the wikis because I don't actually have to play the games. I can probably go check the wiki pages and go see if that's possible. It's not off the table, but again, I have to go check to make sure it's possible. Like, there's enough entries. Gotta see how if there's any more. I have a feeling there is, but you know, I don't want to make any firm promises, you know? I don't want to let Chamises down. But with that, I think we are good here. We're all wrapped up. Good start to the week. Not a lot of scuff. Tripped up on my words a few times, but that's to be expected at this point. But hey, I did pretty good, I'd say. We got Spectrobes tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. And a real special treat this week is that on Thursday, I'm gonna test out to see if I can play Final Fantasy 14. My brain's like, nope, turning off. We're end of stream. Gotta turn off. Like, nope, not yet, brain. But I'm both very excited and apprehensive because I'm like, oh, please don't be scuffy and have everything go wrong. But I'm very excited because it's Final Fantasy 14. If you've watched me for a while, you know I love that game to bits. But the caveat is that I won't be able to use my model. You won't see this face exactly. But it is Final Fantasy 14, and I was able to get my player character, or avatar? Avatar is probably a better word for it. I did get my character, avatar, to look very close to myself, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. It actually might be a little weird having, like, let's have a screen full of my face. That sounds weird and so narcissistic. Unless I was, like, displaying my models, I guess. But yeah, that is a thing, but I won't be using my live to do model. I know I'm talking about my live to do model. Breaking immersion. Ah! But I should have my in-game character looking enough like me that it should be fine. It should be fine. Yeah, one of the reasons why I was waiting so long on this is because I ended up learning that we got a new item to get my horns. I was literally, vanity was keeping me from playing earlier. I'll probably mention that during, I should mention that during stream. But yeah, it'll be pretty casual, but I will be around, so that should be fun. And then we'll finish off the week with some more, which is more relevant to y'all who are interested in this, with Hercule Poirot, The First Cases. We're still on that. There's a playlist if you need to catch up. There's a playlist for this as well if you need to catch up on my YouTube. It's all there, all nicely laid out in a playlist. I keep it up to date. If you're ever curious about games I've played, or you want to, or you missed some parts, playlists are your friends. They are there. Go look. Maybe there's a game you're like, oh, I really hope Leona plays this. And I'm like, I've already played it. So please go check. There may be a game you may have wanted to watch, like Ghost Trick, which is also made by Shu Takumi, who is the creator of Ace Attorney. So if you were waiting for me to play Ghost Trick, I've already played it, so I'm not gonna play it. I would be totally up to playing it again, but I think we'd have to wait a bit on that for me to do, to justify a replay of Ghost Trick. But yeah. If you want more Ace Attorney games, there's also The Great Ace Attorney, which is my favorite Ace Attorney game, bar none. So yeah, go check those out if you feel up to it. It's all in playlist. I don't have too many of those, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. And also, there's a search feature. Don't forget the search feature. But yeah, there's plenty of content. And with that, I will have to be leaving you all here, whether you're watching here live or as a VOD watcher. I very much appreciate for coming. Very grateful, especially if you're a subscriber or follower, which feel free to do that if you so wish. I will not force you to do that. Yeah, let's just check your playlist. Yes. Got it in one. But yes, feel free to join if you wish to, or not. Don't have to. I am not going to pest you about it, but I do very much appreciate you joining the Painted Beastie crew, which is a fan name for y'all. But for now, regardless, again, of if you're here live or in the pod, I must say a farewell with fun. Bye-bye! And I hope to see you all in another video. Bye-bye!